Hello and welcome back to Space Engineers. As you can see, we are back in Sunset Valley. I was just trying to do a little bit of off-camera work in terms of, people said to check the beds and the toilet inventories, although I can't see a toilet inventory. I can sit on a toilet, but I can't scavenge from it. But I've been going around and checking all the beds. I found another little buried underground system, corridors, whatever. I thought what I'll do in the meantime, because I'm going to be doing a lot of digging, trying to hollow out these underground areas, which apparently shouldn't necessarily be hollowed out. They shouldn't be filled. Sorry, they shouldn't be filled with dirt. They should be hollowed out. But I can't remember exactly who it was or said or what they said. But there's something to do with the way it's implemented in this particular game that I'm running, which has caused its issues. I was going to bring you in after all that had been long done, and I'd scavenged everything I can from here, and I've dug out everything underneath, and we start making our way towards... There is somewhere, isn't there? It's not the farm, not the spin station. The Vaughn brothers' house. Yes, I don't know if we said this last time or if I noticed it after the recording, but the Vaughn brothers' house has turned up in the GPS list. So of all of those different places we read, most of them... There it is. Most of them didn't come up with anything in the GPS list, which was seen as it might be a bug, it might be intentional. It doesn't mean that the GPS was necessarily supposed to be stored in those devices, those tablets. So yeah, that's what we'll be doing at some point. But the reason I brought you back right now is I was trying to build a refill station so I can fill up on my energy because I'll be doing lots of digging. And to build a refill station, you need to have grids. And that there, you may have noticed it if you're eagle-eyed, that there is the problem. So I was looking for metal grids, and I know that some cockpits have them, so I was just checking the cockpits on the rovers. And I was like, oh, there's a dead body in this rover. I'm loving the fact that this guy's just like stuck around the corner, although he takes a lot of damage. A lot of damage. It says respawn has caused me to lose all my buffs. I didn't respawn. So that's weird. It like saw this character as me, so I've lost all my buffs. Now what was it to see the buffs? Nope, not that. Oh, I can't remember. I'm just pressing all the... Oh, don't say... No, don't do that. No, not that. I've got no idea. I've got no idea. So it thought that I needed to be respawned. Interesting. So yes, I wanted to see if there were metal grids in this, and I thought because I saw the person in the vehicle, I was like, well, I'm gonna kick him out of there and take a little look. But yeah, I'm still looking for metal grids. So anyway, that's what's going on. Another massive apology for not being around for a little while. Excuses? Not really. We've been a bit ill, both me and my wife. So my child got ill. She's fine. She doesn't care. I got ill. Knocked me sideways. My wife then got ill whilst I'm still getting over my illness. So yeah, everyone's just been a bit ill and a bit miserable and a bit tired and a bit grumpy. So I haven't had a chance to record this week, but I am here now. So that is what we are doing in the short term. I'm not going to drag you around for all this because it could take some time. But we are looking for metal grids. And I did even bring up a list of things which have metal grids. Assemblers, thrusters, fighter cockpits, Gatling guns, gyroscopes. Lots of different bits. Large and small cargo containers. Do you have a cargo container? You have a medium cargo container, which does not include the grids. Oh, man. Alright, anyway, I'm going to go hunting for grids and see if I can find one. And start checking all the beds and everything. And, yeah, we'll be back at some point, hopefully with grids. Alright, so we are back again. Our suit energy is a little low, but that's exactly why we made this. That's exactly why. Look how quickly that charges me up. That's beautiful. Right, so I think I have largely finished exploring most of this. I don't think I've actually finished searching all the beds saying that, but I think I'm about done. I did find one more data pad. That might be in the ship. Right, so... I've done a little bit more exploring. So if you recall, we started mining out this area down here. Oh, we did not get very far with this bit though, did we? Does this go further or is this just... Oh, it does. Okay, let's do a little bit here then. See, I've done this bit and I've done a second area. So I did see something referring to a nightclub, and I was like, I don't think I've seen a nightclub. But here it is. We're not going to do all of it, we'll just do like that. Apart from there's some stairs down there. Where are they? There they are. Probably going down to a dance floor, if I had to guess. Does not look very dance floory. That's fine. Anyway. So we've come down here. I dug out all of this. We went down here. This went over to here. It went through this door here. And then we largely hit a bit of a dead end. Because that's just a light armor block, yeah. And that's just a light armor block. These are the timer blocks for the club lighting, which is what I found and was a bit confused about. And then down here we found a couple of storage crates, but that was about everything that was down this section. We now have the... Which way am I going? This way? We now have the club section as well, which we have just discovered. I'm a little hesitant to go carving that all out, though. As I mentioned, or at least I think I mentioned previously, this isn't supposed to be filled in like this. I'm not supposed to have to dig out every little bit of this, because it's going to get quite tedious. And I did happen to see, I wasn't looking for it, but I happened to see a map of this thing, this layout, whatever you want to call it. And the map's quite big, so I'm looking at it now. And we're in the nightclub. Underneath this, there's another larger section. And then there's another section to the side of that. Another section to the side of that. Something else underneath that. I also feel like there's supposed to be like a power plant nearby. And I don't really feel like we've seen a power plant. So I don't even know if the scenario has sort of loaded in properly. So I really don't recall seeing anything that looks... Yeah, these are all like residences, weren't they? And this is the one that's above the nightclub. So, I mean, you would have... Yeah, I mean, the power plant bit is big. It's big, it's huge. There's also a water treatment plant and a power plant. And yeah, we just don't seem to have any of those. So I don't know if the scenario is like only half loaded in or something. The other thing that we looked at was we come over to this one in the corner here. So this was the one that we started digging out the pool in the back garden because we were like, well, it says there's a bunker underground, so we're going to go look for it. And we could not find it out the back there. But if we come in here, it turns out there's a little area over here with a ladder that you can dig out. And if we come down here, we come to this little section here. We can come through here. Come along here. Come down again. And then there are some windows here that appear to look over nothing. And then over here, there is a open sewer door access. And if that's doing anything, I can't tell where. I can't hear anything working. There's a light there, which made me think it was on this side, but there's nothing there. That just goes down there. Gone behind. I can't see anything there either. So I think I have reached the end of my limit for this area as to what I can achieve. Jump. Jump. Am I crouching? Nope. Just get up there. Thank you. Yeah, the sewer area is something. Like I say, there is a lot more to this scenario, and I'd love to check it out, because having like a sort of a linear story-based thing I think would be so cool. On the other hand, I don't want to have to dig out like cubic miles of terrain to try and get stuff, and then invariably I'll get to the end where there's like some amazing reward or information or something, and I'll accidentally destroy it with the drill because I won't be expecting something to be there or something ridiculous like that. So I'd rather not do that. So yeah, so there is still stuff hidden underneath here. I don't know whether this is the important area or if the Vaughn brothers villa, house, whatever they called it, is important. But that is where we're going now. I feel like we've finished with this, so we're going to head over to the Vaughn brothers house, which is just 6 kilometers in this direction. So let's turn our forward-facing engines off, and let's have a gentle little coast over here. I've already been recording for an hour, and I've got probably about 2 minutes of usable footage. What's that? What is that? What is that? Is my weapon firing? How do I make my weapon fire? Wait, what? There we go. So what are you? It looks very old. I can't see anything working there. Like, I can't see any working turrets. It all looks like it's been at least partially destroyed. I am also now within a couple of 100 meters. Let's just pop this down here then. Nice and gently, beautiful. Let's turn our batteries off to save a little bit of power. What do we have here? Okay, well, nothing exciting there. Well, this is a vehicle. Okay. Okay, you're going to be like that, are you? That's fine. Yeah, fine. A few bits, we'll take those. Uh-huh. Ah, so that's the actual thing it's pointing at, that antenna. Of course. Apart from that, I can't see much over here. I do like these things. They give the game, like the world, a little bit of life, a little bit of interest. I really like this sort of stuff just randomly dotted about. Like I say, it'd be nice if the Sunset Valley one worked for us. That would be wonderful. That isn't to be the case. That's fine, whatever. We'll survive. We'll make our own stories. That's what we'll do. So there might be a few other bits and bobs around here, but I'm not overly fussed. So let's just drop this in there. Turn our battery back on. And carry on towards the Vaughn brothers. A mere 4.2 kilometers away. Okie dokie. Is this going to have more defences than that tiny little base we just went past? Excuse me. If you are keeping an eye on Space Engineers 2, which I am now, I haven't been previously to doing this series, but I'm keeping a pretty close eye on it now. But if you haven't been keeping an eye on it, they released their newest vertical slice. They also released the latest update for Space Engineers as well, with a few quality of life features and a DLC pack with some blocks and stuff. I don't know whether my version of the game includes those blocks. Looks newer, doesn't it? And they've built it on ice. Is that ice? It must be, right? Single wind turbine. I cannot see any towers. Any towers, any turrets. Okay. Let's bring this down nice and gently. Turn the batteries off. Pop out of there. I think the game's just crashed. The game did indeed crash. It looks like it crashed just after I was about to leave or finish with this place and I was about to move on. So that's not so bad, is it? Right, let's once again head over to the Vaughn brothers' house, where we do not believe there are any defences. At least no external defences. Maybe something waiting inside for us? Who knows? What's that over there? Oh, that's my base. We're just like circling around my base, basically. Right, so down... It's nice to know there is ice down here as well. That's something that's worth remembering. If we need... I know there's some ice quite near our base, but if we suddenly have a desperate need for vast quantities of ice, we do know where we can go. So yes, I was talking about Space Engineers 2, wasn't I? Yes, so they've released an update for Space Engineers 1, and they've released Vertical Slice 2 for Space Engineers 2, which includes many things. Mainly, it includes planets and the beginnings of the actual sort of survival campaign mode, whatever you want to call it. I have not picked up Space Engineers 2 yet. I heard before I started playing Space Engineers 1, I looked into Space Engineers 2 a bit, and everyone who was playing it was like, you can see the promise, but it is way too early. Way too early. So what does this do? Basic assembler on, garage lights, connector and connector. Okay, that's fine. I like your little car, it's very nice. Anything in your connector, anything that's connected. Oh! What?
Your health is low.
What just happened?
Energy low.
What just happened? Oh yeah, we need to get a refill station in here, because I'm sure that the refill station is significantly quicker than the survival kit. Which doesn't make any sense. Survival kit should be pretty speedy, you'd have thought. Let's get ourselves some kelp crisps. Kelp crisps. There we go. It's going to take just 3 of them, because we should be able to get some more in a minute anyway. So that means our vehicle is now left over there. We're probably going to need to get a gun. I'm assuming it was a person that shot me, but I'm not overly sure. What sort of ammo do we have? We have this crown ammo. So let's grab that. And one of these. We do actually have that rifle ammo as well, but there's only a couple of those. And then we will go over here. We'll go to weapons. We've got this one on us, so let's put that one there. Do we think we could perhaps... We don't have any H2 bottles on us, do we? How far away is it? 9 kilometers. We could probably get away with jetpacking over there. Do we have more bottles? Bottle. No. Okay. So production. It feels like it's been a long time since I've had to come over here and produce anything. Hydrogen bottle. Can we get a couple of hydrogen bottles? We need nickel. I thought we had nickel. Like, we have nickel literally processing. We got 4,000 nickel. What are you on about? So why can't you make that? Because you don't have the nickel, you say. But that's a lie, I say. You have room in your inventory. Is it the fact that this is full? And because that's full, you can't pull anything else through? Maybe. So what if we come over here and we look for large container? The drill rig one is fine. What if we just put all the gravel in there? You still can't pull nickel ingots. So what if we looked for nickel over here? Nickel ingot. What if we put that in there? Literally nothing. I am very confused. What if we found the assembler? Or the assembler's full? That's probably what it is. So over here, if we just pop gravel. There we go. Yeah, the assembler can't be full. That would be crazy. Right. Where were we? Over here. We didn't really need to come back over here. We could have done all of this from over the other area. That's fine, though. So we have hydrogen in here. In the H2 generator. The generator is different from the store, I suppose, isn't it? So I need to come here. Got those ones there. Then if we do a search for hydrogen. Small hydrogen tank. If we put those in there, which we can. If we put those into our inventory and then we look for hydrogen and then we just come over here, in fact, and go boop. And then we say you go in there and then they're full. Right, let's see. Let's pop a quick save in just in case. Because if we take another ship, of course, we've then got to bring the other ship back again. Let's see. Let's turn off our dampeners.
Your health is low.
I think I turned off my jetpack rather than the dampeners. I'm very sure that's exactly what I did. What an absolute moron. Okay. Well, that's impacted our health quite significantly before we even get to this fight. I could have turned around. And had another go.
Your health is critical.
I was too busy talking to worry about slamming into the side of a cliff. That one was on me again. Right, so we have used one of our tanks, I think. And we're over halfway there. We are in low O2. I know that it impacts the atmospheric thrusters. I don't know if that impacts the jetpack. Woo! With the dampeners off, we can probably just let this sink a little bit now. A little bit of an occasional boost to our upwards momentum to keep us going, Wait. Did it again. It looks like that's a vehicle rather than... Oh, I thought I had that then.
Your health is low.
Why do I keep feeling like I'm waking up in like a coffin when I wake up in that little space there? Alright, I've got no gun now.
Low.
We can do this. Even if we go in and get our ship back, we can blow that up with our ship. That's completely doable. We do need to make a couple more hydrogen bottles, of course. But we'll be back in a moment. Back ready to take our revenge on that turret. Right. That one's down. I also just had a message popping up saying strong signal detected. I don't know what strong signal detected means. Is it just something to do with where I am? Does it mean the signal like here in the Vaughn brothers' house? Because I do keep seeing these GPS things popping up in the chat, but I can't seem to be able to copy or paste them. So I don't know if I'm supposed to like memorize them and then automatically add them into the GPS system. Yeah, have we gone to that one? Yeah, no, we haven't been to this one. This one's new as well. Morel's Hope we can probably just delete. But this is new. This is the one we started this video after the crash in. That rusty one. But this is new. I'll show you on the HUD. You're new. You are not. You are not. I'm going to get rid of you guys. So where you'd have thought that now the old prospectors camp is over there, look. Which is pretty much on the way home. Right. We are now here with not a lot of food on us. I'm going to turn those off for a moment because they are very distracting. I don't know how far... I had a little look in here, didn't I? I don't remember this floor being made of nothing before. Where did I get shot last time? Where did I get shot last time? That goes further back. Where did I get do I just lose my stuff if I die twice? I think I was having a look at the car, wasn't I? I've not just lost all my stuff, surely not. Have a look at the car, have a look at the car, come over here, get shot dead. But no body. Oh man, I must have lost my body. Well, that means I've got none of the... I've got no... Oh, that's very annoying. It's very annoying. Right, let's have a quick look over here. I don't expect there'll be much there, but just to be sure, there's definitely more in the garage. That goes back a bit further. We've got that door there. We do need to get the super mega basic terrible stuff in our toolbar though, which as you can tell, I'm so happy about. Oh, I'm so happy about that. Oh man, I can't believe I lost all my stuff. Like, I don't think I had a lot important in my inventory. It's more just the, or food is genuinely actually a problem. Food is a problem. Yeah, we're not going to be able to stay here for very long at all. We're going to have to head back in a minute. Okay. It's one of these videos where I have literally no idea how long I've actually got, like, recorded usable footage.
Inventory full.
Because I've spent so much time doing, like, off-camera stuff. I was going to say, that felt like it took a while to grind down, but of course it did, because we have a terrible basic grinder. Now, I think when they're all in one stack, they all have the same inventory. Oh, they do not. Now, that might not be classed as being in the same stack. That might, yeah, that's classed as a different block. Okay. What do we have here? That's just a battery. We have a cargo container that it thinks is denied to me. Oh, you petty, petty fools. Few bits there. We've got a locker.
Inventory full.
Let's have a little look in here. Oh, we've got a data pad. Now, I did find another data pad in that other area, and I didn't read it because I was like, well, I'll save that until... Oh, I did keep it. Excellent. Until we get somewhere else. So this is the one from here. A new message from Governor Malcolm Benton. Don't worry about it. Any investigation of that scale is going to need my seal of approval. And as long as I'm governor, there's not going to be any investigation regarding our business. Of course, this means you will support me during the next election, which reminded me we may have to do something about that reporter. And then, oh, this is the one I found at the base. If I am reading the documents correctly, the entrance to the facility should be from the included coordinates. I visited the coordinates, but didn't see an entrance. It must be buried. Let's drop all of that stuff in, and we'll also drop that in as well. And then we'll keep a very... Where I was, it just completely blocked out the rest of the base. keep a very close eye on our food, because when that gets down to... Oh, I don't really know. Oh, it goes all the way down. Oh, I was really hoping we'd be able to just finish this, but that is not looking like it's going to be the case. And when I say finish this, I don't mean in terms of within the video, I mean in terms of this particular visit. I was very much hoping that we could bypass some of this stuff, smash through it. Have enough food on us to last. Oh. Yeah, so some of the doors I can open. I guess this opens up inside the house. Right, I've got a bit of a chesty cough, so that's currently ongoing. And then we've got to get rid of that. Which does look like it resets itself into a very foolish position every time, which is very generous of it. So where are we now? Somewhere there's another gun. Oh, this is so painfully slow. Can't believe we lost all our inventory. Right. Where? It's got to be in the house, hasn't it? Yes. Okay, so there's a little secret tunnel from the house to the bunker. That's fine. That makes sense. That's what I would do if I was some sort of weird mine baron person. So that was down there. Okay, so let's pop back down here again. So that comes over here. Oh yes, there was this door, wasn't there? Let's get rid of this in an incredibly slow fashion. Incredibly slow fashion, I said. Oh, it feels so painful. Yeah, we need to be a bit more careful checking our angles for things. I see people said you can loot toilets, but I can't see anything lootable in a toilet. I can sit on it. Does it have its own inventory when I'm sat on it? Does not appear to. Okay, so we've got a couple of beds. Let's have a little look here. Nothing in that one. Nothing in that one. Gun and some ammo there, which could be very useful. This one is, of course, locked. We've got a datapad, some credits, some medkits, some reactor components. The datapad says, "Never thought I would actually need this bunker. I'm going to pass whatever epidemic is ravaging the colony and just wait it out here. Since my brother is dead, rest in peace, I have double the rations. Should last me a year if need be. Sure won't be waiting that long, though. I'll just get the stuff from the vault and I'm out of here." Strange. Now that I tried to remember exactly where the vault is located, I can't remember it. Well, it's somewhere in the cave. I'm sure we'll remember it when I see it. And when they say cave, do they mean the location we have that has popped up on our GPS markers? Well, I hope so. So that might mean there is not a lot else here. I don't know why I checked that one there. We've already established that's part of the same thing. Yeah, I know there's some ammo on the interior turrets. I'm not overly fussed about a little piddly bit of ammo, if I'm being honest. I'm just going to have a quick nose. How do you get in there? Over here. Here we go. Little quick nose around with their invisible glass panels that you literally cannot tell they're even there. So clean, you'll walk straight into them. What a selling point. Nothing there. Nothing there. Yeah, okay, fine, but no ammo. Nothing there. It's not to the most exciting of... oh, okay, terrible grinder, fine. We will take it to remove it. So is this just a bungalow? I guess it must be. Yeah, yes it is. Well, in that case then, I think we have done everything here we really possibly could. If we take a little look at our GPS markers. Yes, the old prospectors camp. That's where we're going to need to go next, isn't it? We've also got the Smith Processing Company popped up. So the Smith Processing Company is quite close. It is not as close as the old prospectors camp, which is in the same direction, excuse me, as my base. So let's head back to my base, first of all. Drop off some stuff. Wait for daylight. Quite importantly, wait for daylight. And then we'll maybe take a look at the prospectors camp as well. Oh, I've done it again. I forgot to unmute my microphone. Oh, my Jiminy Christmas. Oh, that's so frustrating. Right, so we went over everything I've done since the last time I started talking again. So I died when I jetpacked into Freddy's mansion, didn't I? That's the last thing that you guys would have seen. Since then, I've had a little clear about of Freddy's mansion. There's not a lot there. I picked up a couple of data pads. I don't know if you've seen those. Not a lot of information there. I have largely come to the conclusion that the LCE building / scenario is gone as far as it can go in terms of where it's been put into my survival game, because it is part of a scenario, so I think it's supposed to be something that you load up separately perhaps, but obviously it's taken those buildings and part of the scenario, because it's got all the data pads and stuff, and put them in my game, which I very much love. I love how alive that makes it feel, even though there was no one at any of those bases apart from one person sat in her car who did nothing until I went into the car myself and kicked him out, which is also a bit confusing. But what I did say was what it does make me think is, I really need some food. It gives me a lot of hope and a lot of hope. That's the word. I'm sticking with that for Space Engineers 2, because I know they have done a bit of work on, well, lots of stuff, but on like contracts and like is it the Conquer mode they call it, Conquest, something like that, where you sort of slowly work your way through the star system that you're in, the solar system that you're in. So you can see like the bones of it is sort of here, and I think this was before I died last, where I talked about how I don't see any major updates coming to Space Engineers 1 now. I think there'll be lots of little updates and maybe some quality of life things, and more importantly, they will use Space Engineers 1, I suspect, as a test bed for things they are looking to implement into Space Engineers 2, where they can, of course. We're probably not going to see an ocean suddenly arrive on the Earth-like planet in Space Engineers 1. That will be something that would definitely be saved for Space Engineers 2. But what I was saying, as I was stood here... Oh, yes. That happened. Roll clip. Yeah, that happened. We blew our ship up. Again. So we have to fix that next time. That's going to be the first thing we do. We then have the Smith Processing Company to visit. Or we just build the base up a bit more. Let me know what you think. Yeah. I need to eat some more. Okie dokie. Yeah, I've been speaking for so long without being recorded, and then suddenly being recorded, and I'm all a bit confused, and I'm all a bit confuddled, and I'm still a bit ill. I will absolutely try my hardest to get back into a better recording rhythm next week or the week after at the very latest. We'll have to see. I just need everything to calm down a bit. I need to not be sick. I need my wife to not be sick. I need my child to not be sick. I need my cat to not be throwing up every day as well. She started doing that again out of nowhere. Not sure why. She seems fine in herself, just likes throwing up grass on my carpet. Thank you, cat. Much appreciate it. Yeah. So I will try. I deeply, deeply apologise for the lack of videos on the channel. I like to keep it nice and consistent. It's just that everything's gone completely haywire at the moment. But we will get back to it, don't you worry. In the meantime, I hope you're enjoying Space Engineers. If you are enjoying it, hit that like button, comment, subscribe, all those amazing things as we say goodbye to the sun. And I will see you next time in Space Engineers. And as always, thank you very much for joining me.